You know, I've been wondering recently, what's the best, easiest to use editing software for everyday parents out there just looking to turn their family memories into beautiful videos? Hopefully, I found something that'll help us today. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Zach. I'm a photographer and videographer, but more important than that, I'm a husband and a father. And when it comes to editing videos of my family, I typically use Adobe Premiere Pro. And that is what I use in my professional business. I own a video production company alongside DaVinci Resolve. And both of those editing services are more for the professional level side of things. Along with Final Cut Pro, I've used that in the past as well. All three of those kind of hit more into the professional level and have a little bit of a cost involved with them, with Adobe Premiere Pro having a monthly reoccurring cost. And it just has been one of those things in my mind that I'm like, this doesn't really make sense just for the everyday parent out there who doesn't want to do this professionally, but wants to have some videos of their kids put together. And that's when I came across CapCut. And so today, I'm going to use CapCut for the very first time. I've never tried this before. I haven't watched any videos on it. This will be my first experience in CapCut, and I thought I would bring you guys along to show you maybe how easy it is or how hard it is. I guess we'll find out. And just, you know, kind of to get the first introduction into this. And hopefully this is something that can be useful for your family when it comes to editing your videos. So I've already got it downloaded, all set up. And so it looks pretty simple. All I'm gonna do is hit this new project. I'm gonna actually skip the little walkthrough because I'm gonna try and do it without. It looks like I'm gonna import my video. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to actually edit a video that I've already edited. I've been working on a project for a family friend of ours whose son has been going through a really difficult season. I've talked a little bit about it. I'll be talking more about it in the future, but I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse into that today by re-editing a video that I've already edited before. All right, so I've got my files imported. It looks like my timeline is down here. This looks very similar to Premiere Pro and Final Cut. Over here, the details, it says that's in 30 frames per second. I don't want that. Let's try this modify. Okay. Change that to 24 frames. Okay, let's see what that does. So it looks like it'll change the color for me. Maybe put on a LUT. Let's see. I'm gonna start by putting my music in. This is what I typically do to start on projects. And let's lower that to -10. And I actually, so for this video, it's just a short little reel. So I'm gonna find a certain point of the song and get that. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Now let's figure out our blade tool. It's not C, that's B, okay. So that's a little bit different than Premiere Pro, but that's fine. A is our select tool, okay. Maybe command plus and minus is zoom in and out. All right, we'll move this to the beginning and let's see. All right, let's open up our files and we're gonna do this clip.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so L is the same speed through. Okay, so I can do I for in point and O for out point, and that works just the same. And then do I just drag it? Yep, just drag it down. I'm gonna do that. Okay, and then we're gonna use this clip. So far, this seems pretty straightforward, at least for me as someone who is familiar with editing softwares. It seems very similar to other softwares I've used, including Premiere Pro and Final Cut. So I think if you have either of those or if you've used either of those, getting started and the basics of it will feel pretty similar. Okay, I wish there was a simpler way, and there probably is and I just don't know it yet, of like pulling this in when it's like that small of a clip, but Okay, I don't like that it's magnet. That's one of my biggest annoyances about Final Cut is that the timeline is a magnet timeline. So like I can't just move it and place it. Actually, yes, okay, so that's cool. So they actually have a feature where you can turn on or turn off the magnet. That's super helpful. That is one of my biggest annoyances about Final Cut Pro.
You're supposed to use the puck.
Now this one got all messed up when I filmed it. So let's -90 and we're gonna have to upscale it. Okay.
Beckett, you're going home, buddy. Yay.
Okay, so I've got the first steps done. I've got the music in, I've got all the clips lined up in the way I want them. And it honestly was pretty simple to do. Again, I've used other editing softwares, but it seems pretty straightforward and pretty self-explanatory, at least to me. There's a few things that I need to do to edit this and make it look even better. And I will be impressed if I can do these things. So first off, we'll start with editing the audio. So all of this audio was filmed in 2 different channels. So one channel was manually set, one channel was auto set. So I'm gonna switch things up and make sure that they're the same. So let's see if I can do that with all of these at the same time. Okay, so there's volume, so I can always bring those down. Oh, there's some cool effects that you can add in. That's nice. Okay, wonder what if I do. Okay, so to change the channel, so I'm only using the left channel or only using the right channel, you go down to fill channel and then you select it. And we're gonna fill it with, I think it was the left channel. Let's try that and see. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now I also want to bring the volume down on all these clips. So let's make it -10. That seems about right. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so audio, easy enough to figure out. It looks like there's some additional things in here where you can enhance the voice, you can reduce background noise, and then you can even add some effects to it, which is super nice. But I'm not gonna play around with that too much. The next thing I need to do is I need to adjust the color. So typically what I would do in my other editing softwares is I would add something called an adjustment layer to bring this from the flat log profile to the normal color profile. And then I would add a LUT, which is basically in photography terms, it's a preset on top of that. So now I just have to figure out how to do that or what their system is for editing color. So adjustments. Oh, okay, so there is a LUT. Okay, so again, let's select all and let's add a LUT. The question is how? Okay. Okay, think I understand it now. So I got to go over here to adjustments and go to LUT and then import my LUTs that I want to use. So we'll go into, let's see, we want this. We're using slog3. And then I also want to import lux4. Okay. So we will select all, and then we will use slog3. And I mean, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that right off the bat. No major issues. There's a few clips that maybe need a little tweaking, but for the most part, that looks pretty solid. Let's go ahead and tweak this one just because it looks a little too blue. Okay, let's do 10. Compare that to the last. Yeah, happy with that. Now, can I add an adjustment layer? Can I like just, yeah. Okay, cool. So just like Premiere Pro, there's an adjustment layer that I can add, and then I can select the LUT and put the Lux LUT on it, and we'll put that at, let's do 50%. So basically what I'm doing here is I added the S-Log3 LUT to all of my footage, because that way now it's brought from that flat color profile to a normal color profile. And then I add an adjustment layer on top of that, and I'm putting a different LUT into that adjustment layer so that it affects everything below it. So now the color looks the way I want it to for the most part. A few clips still need slight tweaking. This one is just a little too bright. So let's go negative, ooh, not 50, 10. That looks good. Let's bring the contrast up a little bit and whites down. Now, that's typically all I would need to do for this one. I could export it just like this and be pretty happy. But I do want to test out and see if there's a few other things. And one of the things I want to test out is I want to see if there's a stabilization feature on here. A couple of these clips are kind of shaky, and I'm okay with that for this video for the style that it is. But I just want to see if there is a stabilization effect for this. Okay, I don't see anything in the effects. Oh, that's cool though. This is a template you can use. That's something for later for me to check out. I'll check that out in a different video. Okay, maybe if I go over here to adjustments, maybe it's in adjustments. Okay, so here's how you change your speed. If you want to change your speed, all of these clips were shot in 23 frames per second, so I'm not going to slow them down because that would just make it look bad. Let's see. Oh, okay. So right here in video is stabilized. Let's see how well this does. Okay, let's see it without. And then see it with. Does pretty good. So it looks like there's a lot of cool features in here, a lot of cool AI features in here that could be useful. I don't want to try them right now, but I may try those down the road. That's pretty good. Okay, so for me, I just wanted to quickly throw together something, see if I was able to recreate this edit in CapCut, and it seems fairly good to me. This app seems really straightforward. There's not much going on that I had to figure out, and what I did have to figure out was just a quick Google search or a quick YouTube search, and was able to figure that out easily. So for me, I think I will definitely keep trying out CapCut and seeing what I can do on here. Maybe I'll do another video exploring some of the features, but I'll spend a little bit of time in this figuring some things out and then come back to you guys with maybe some of the best tips or things like that for this. But I mean, just going off of not having any information about this app, trying it out for the first time, going in blind, I think this is a good app for families who are interested in editing their videos, but don't want to have to pay for something like Final Cut or Premiere Pro. And I do believe there's a iPhone or iPad version of this as well, which is cool. I'll have to check more of that out. I'm flying blind in all of this, but I just wanted to give you guys my first impressions of it and see what I think it could do. So I'm going to export this video. It looks like there is a Pro option where I'm assuming you have to pay. And in order to get some of the effects like stabilize, you have to have that Pro option. So for me, I'm just going to turn off stabilize for now. Maybe I'll look into the Pro and see what all goes into it and all that. But for right now, I'm just happy with what I have. So I'll end this video by showing you guys the video that I just created in CapCut, so you can see it for yourself. Just for context sake, this is of a family friend's son who has recently had brain surgery and spent a couple of weeks in inpatient rehab. And this video is him getting released from rehab and all of his family there surrounding and supporting him. And I'll talk more about what's going on here and why I'm documenting this process in another video. But for now, here's a little glimpse into something I've been working on lately.